To join the CNBC Workforce Executive Council, apply at cnbccouncils.com/WEC. Despite brightening economic data, slowing inflation, low unemployment, and a seemingly non-existent recession, the new year has started off with layoffs. So far in January, Citigroup announced it was cutting 10% of its workforce. Within tech, Google cut hundreds of jobs across its engineering and hardware teams, while Amazon reduced headcount in its Prime, Twitch, Audible and other entertainment divisions. Even the NFL has offered voluntary buyouts to at least 200 employees. But not every layoff is the same. There are mass purges, like Spotify's December decision to cut its workforce by 17%, or roughly 1,500 jobs, and social media company Discord's 17% workforce reduction this month. Then there are companies like HP, announcing in November 2022 that it would release 6,000 workers over the next 3 years, and Google's recent warning that more job cuts are coming in 2024. Is one way of reducing headcount better than the other? According to Peter Capelli, professor of management and director of the Center for Human Resources at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School, when a company announces incremental layoffs, while avoiding immediate bloodletting, it instead sets off a chain reaction of unintended consequences. You will panic people and lose people who will quit rather than stick around and wait for the next round of layoffs. So that's an incredibly bad idea, Capelli said. In Capelli's view, the current wave of layoffs is not because of the economy, but rather because companies are feeling pressure from investors to cut costs. The cuts make investors feel like the company is being proactive, but that's all the layoffs accomplish, Capelli said, adding, these layoffs won't do any good. Still, it's hard to argue that layoffs are never necessary, but how they're done matters as much as why. Harvard Business School professor Sandra Sucher, author of The Power of Trust: How Companies Build It, Lose It, Regain It, said in general, mass layoffs are far more challenging to manage than layoffs in stages. Companies have to be extremely careful about who is retained, who is let go, and what is done with the work the people were doing before, Sucher said. The bigger mass layoff makes that harder to manage. Sucher acknowledged there are times when layoffs must happen. Nokia had to eliminate 18,000 people across 13 countries because they were losing the phone battle. There was a change in market conditions, and they had no choice. But laying off, either in stages or at once, because interest rates are high, is not a strategy, she added. Stephanie Wernick-Barker, president of the Addison Group's Mondo Staffing, said that many companies overhired during the pandemic. These recent layoffs, especially in the tech sector, are a correction of that.